Jake Paul has finally spoken after the Anthony Joshua fight, and the boxing world has not stopped talking since. After months of hype, trash talk, and one of the most surreal matchups boxing has ever seen, Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua actually happened, and the aftermath has been just as chaotic as the buildup. Jake Paul's first words weren't excuses, they weren't denial, and they weren't silence either.
You know, like you would.
Jake Paul has finally broken his silence following the Anthony Joshua fight, and ever since, the boxing world has been buzzing. What started as months of build-up, trash talk, and non-stop hype led to one of the strangest matchups the sport has ever witnessed. Jake Paul stepping into the ring with Anthony Joshua. Now that it's over, the chaos hasn't slowed down. And when Jake finally spoke, his reaction caught people off guard. There were no excuses, no denial, and no attempt to hide from what happened.
Assume that wealth would take away your drive for
But
competition.
It hasn't, yeah.
He's also nuts, right? Just the fact that he's willing to fight the two-time heavyweight champion, former Olympic gold medalist, a guy who's gigantic in his pride, built like a Greek god. And you're gonna stand, and he's a one-punch killer, and you're gonna stand in front of that guy, and he avoided shots till the 6th round. He just started getting tired.
Yeah, his movement in that fight was crazy.
It was very good.
Yeah,
it was very good.
He was really keeping him moving around the whole ring, and then
you can't afford to get tired. That's the thing, is like he gets tired in a lot of his fights in the later rounds. You should really sort that out, because if he had a much bigger gas tank, like if he was training with like some of these elite world-class strength and conditioning coaches and just worked on his cardio, he'd be beating way more guys.
You think so?
Yeah. 100%. But it's like what he's doing is learning how to box, and he's boxing and he's training hard for sure. But to get that world-class gas tank, you need like a Sam Calavita, you need like a Nick Curson, you need like these plyometrics experts that got heart rate monitors on you, and they're checking when your recovery is ready and go. And you're fucking yeah. You need guys monitoring your recovery, monitoring your heart rate variability, your VO2 max.
I couldn't believe it.
I don't know, and maybe he is, maybe I'm wrong, maybe he is doing that, but whatever it is, It's not enough. It's not enough.
I broke Jake's jaw. And
his teeth look a bit removed.
Yeah, his teeth have come out of place. But credit to him, he done well. But I told him what was going to happen. But it just took 6 rounds to do that.
People will criticise you for going 6 rounds with Jake Paul. How do you feel about that?
I deserve it.
Why? Come on.
Because,
you know, most people wouldn't have the balls ever to step in a boxing ring in their life. He stepped in a boxing ring with one of the baddest men on the planet, who's 40 pounds heavier than him and 6 inches taller. That's insane. He's one of the most skilled fighters on the planet. My brother, as a fucking YouTuber, went 6 rounds with him in a fight with a broken jaw and rolled ankle. I'm so proud of him. That was just unbelievable.
I saw you talking crap to AJ at one point.
I was trying to get his head. I think I pissed him off. I was just saying fuck that shit. I love AJ.
Yeah.
But bro,
I saw you going down the fight.
I was talking so much. But I just pissed him off. Then he broke my brother's jaw. Fuck this guy.
Broke his jaw, huh?
Yeah, he split his jaw. You know? He don't care though. Jake's having a fucking blast.
Yeah. We'll see him back again for sure?
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Logan.
Thank you,
Appreciate you, brother.
Instead, his comments only fueled a much larger argument about what the fight actually represented. Paul acknowledged that sharing the ring with a former heavyweight champion was a serious wake-up call, but he stopped short of calling it a loss in a broader sense. To him, lasting multiple rounds against someone like Joshua was proof that he deserves to be part of the boxing discussion, whether fans agree or not. That mindset alone has divided the audience. Joe Rogan quickly added his own perspective, putting the matchup into a wider context. He emphasized that no matter how people feel about Jake Paul, most online personalities would never dare to take a risk like this. Standing across from a puncher with Anthony Joshua's power isn't a stunt or a joke. It's genuinely dangerous. One perfectly timed shot can permanently alter a fighter's future, and Paul willingly accepted that risk. From Rogan's point of view, the real discussion isn't simply about the result, but about what this moment says about boxing today. Influencers stepping into high-level competition, established fighters defending their reputations, and fans questioning whether moments like this signal evolution or decline for the sport. these fights prearranged? Are they fixed at all? Is there any discussion about, hey, you take an L, you're going to go down here? Because everybody says, oh, you held fucking Mayweather up. Mayweather held your brother up.
It's bullshit. I don't know about anything else in the fight. I'm talking about my fights. I can't speak to anyone else's fights. But also, highly illegal. Like, you go to prison for the rest of your life type shit.
Well, with the Ben Askren fight, you know, I actually believed you would have beaten Ben Askren. I just, like, he didn't look in shape or at all. But I feel like, in my opinion, it was kind of fixed on how early you knocked him out. Like, I don't know. That's just...
People think the Mike Tyson fight's rigged. And you think Anderson Silva's going to lose. You think Woodley's going to take a fall. You guys, you know these guys.
Yeah, no, I didn't think Anderson would take a fall. But I ain't going to lie, I hate that you knocking out MMA fighters.
And I understand that, but just say that. You don't got to say, like, oh, bro, he's on steroids and shit. Come on. It's a federal crime. It's illegal. Like,
hey, he made a good point. He said it is illegal to fix fights. It is. Because people be betting on that shit.
And bro, people think I'm like a multi-billionaire. They think I'm a billionaire and like, oh, he paid somebody $40-50 million to take a fall like that, bro. I don't have that type of money laying around to throw at people.
Hey, I'm sorry to have to ask you this, but I know you probably signed NDA, but blink twice if that Jake Paul fight was set up.
Blink twice.
I know you probably
I don't never blink because I got these liberty eyes. I don't need much air, you know what I mean, to keep them open. A lot of people wonder that, but think about this. If I say, Rampage, I'm gonna pay you $2 million, right? That this dude beat you, what you gonna do? You're gonna feel disrespected, number one.
Yeah.
Right, that ain't enough money.
Yeah.
But I got paid in the Jake fights. For me to do that, I gotta be willing to walk away for good, and they gotta set me up for a while, at least not for life, but something like 20-something million where I can invest it and fall off in the shade, because that's what you would have to do. Would I do something like that? You would have to know me to know I'm too solid of a guy to even have somebody walk to me and ask me.
Yeah.
What happened to me is what was gonna happen to him had he dropped those hands. Before we fought, I said, hey, you can knock me out and I can knock you out, and I'm gonna try to fuck you up tonight.
Anthony Joshua, meanwhile, emerged from the fight looking steady, disciplined, and in full control. His reaction said everything. No trash talk, no showboating, just a calm reminder that boxing operates on different levels. Analysts applauded Joshua for resisting the urge to chase a highlight reel finish. Instead, he relied on technique, distance management, and precise timing, reinforcing why he remains one of the most dangerous heavyweights in the sport. The real storm, however, erupted among fans and insiders. Some felt Jake Paul deserved credit simply for accepting the challenge, while others saw the fight as proof of his limitations. Critics took aim at the matchmaking, whereas supporters argued the bout was about gaining experience rather than securing a win. Then the speculation took over, frame-by-frame replays, breakdowns of every punch, and endless debates about how much damage Paul actually absorbed. One thing is undeniable. This fight didn't fade away quietly. It left the boxing world arguing long after the final bell.
I mean, anyone who questioned whether or not you had a chin, I think the answer to that question was proven last night. Bro, you can take a shot. Anthony Joshua hits you with probably his hardest shot that we've seen drop every other single fighter that he's fought.
Yeah.
And he hit you in the face, and not only did you not get knocked out, you dropped and said, wow.
I was like, wow, that was nice. I was on the ground, I was like, that was a good shot.
Dude. Did he surprise you with his power?
Like, no, to be honest, no. But I mean, he surprised my jaw. It's literally
off your
snapped,
face,
bro. It's literally snapped,
dude. When
completely snapped.
After the fight, you were like, I think like one of my teeth is, and you open your mouth out, and I was the first to see it. I went, oh, you broke your jaw, dude. On both sides too.
No, I really take my hat off. So I mean, we have to see if it is a broken jaw. Those injuries are very difficult to come back from. But as AJ said, like that last shot would have knocked out a lot of heavyweights. And I know he went down heavy, but you know, he was conscious on the floor. And I thought his game plan, although obviously very negative early on, which it had to be, was smart at times. And there were times where he held his feet and let his hands go. You know, it was a very one-sided fight. It was always going to be a one-sided fight. But you can't give him anything but credit and respect. There's a lot of negative people out there. There's a lot of people who want to criticize people. They're not doing what Jake Paul's done. He just went in with Anthony Joshua and gave it his best shot. Took a lot of punishment and ended the fight eventually on his feet after the stoppage. So, you know, I think he'll have to see physically how that jaw, I don't know.
So what comes next for Jake Paul? The road ahead isn't simple. This fight didn't end his pursuit of boxing, but it clearly altered the direction. Conversations are already happening about recovery, more strategic opponent selection, and matchups designed to build consistency rather than pure spectacle. Paul has suggested that this result, loss or learning experience, depending on perspective, has only pushed him harder. He insists he's grown from it and remains focused on earning real credibility in the sport. For Anthony Joshua, the bout served a different purpose. It was about staying busy, maintaining sharpness, and keeping his name relevant while larger heavyweight opportunities remain on the horizon. When Joshua commits to his offense, the gap between him and most fighters becomes obvious, and that reputation isn't going anywhere. This event was more than a single fight. It represented a clash of cultures, a test of confidence, a risk taken with legacy, and a moment that forced fans to face an uneasy reality. Combat sports are evolving, whether traditionalists approve or not. And now, the conversation has shifted. It's no longer about whether Jake Paul will step back into the ring, but what that next chapter truly looks like.